Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are exploring the beautiful island of Jersey and we are currently at the Hamptonne Country Life Museum parking lot. So as you all know, we started our day at the stunning Corby's Lighthouse, but unfortunately the rain had other plans, so we decided to head to the Jersey War Tunnel instead. So after learning about the island's wartime history, we are now at the Hamptonne Museum to discover more about Jersey's country life and heritage. So we parked our car nearby and we are excited to explore this charming museum. So let's get started. As you know, we are now walking towards the museum entrance. The Hamptonne Country Life Museum is a great place to learn about Jersey's agricultural past and traditional country life. Let's see what exhibits they have in store for us. Hi guys. So now we are just literally inside the Hamptonne Country Life Museum. There apparently got a lot of exhibits. You could see a lot of things which have been put up for selling. The other thing is that it looks like they have got a wedding functions today and the museum is apparently closed for the event. However, this manager was so kind enough to let us know that we can still walk around it and explore the exhibits on our own. So let's make most of it and let's see what we can discover. So now we are just going along with him. So as we wander through the museum, we can have a close look to different exhibits and get a glimpse into the Jersey's country life and history. And it's interesting to see how the museum is set up, and we will try to capture some of the good highlights for you. So let's go and explore the one and only Life Museum in Jersey. Actually, the manager was so kind enough to explain each and everything, and he literally showed us the route so that you can just walk through all these to see by yourself the different exhibits in the Life Museum. So when I speak about this Hamptonne Country Life Museum, I have to say about its location in Jersey. So it's this 15th century house and farm which showcase rural Jersey life, especially featuring traditional farmhouses, exhibits and live animals, is located in Rue de la Patente, I think it's the way we pronounce it, in St. Lawrence, Jersey. So it's open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I think it's every day it's open, but I think you should be just make sure that it's working on Sundays or not. So actually it has different exhibits of animals and different farmhouses, and you could literally see various kinds of chickens, Jersey calves, pigs and sheep which are literally roaming around here. And I would say this museum is quite accessible by bus with a 5 to 10 minutes walk from the nearest bus stop. So if you put this Hamptonne Life Museum in the Google, you could literally find out the nearby bus stop, and it's just literally 5 to 10 minutes walk. So we came in the car so we could easily park the car in the nearby car parking area, and we could literally walk for 1 minute to enter the museum. So now we are just literally inside one of the farmhouses. Actually, we are in the upstairs of this farmhouse, and you could literally see the bedrooms, and you could also see the traditional beds and furnitures that would have been used by the family. And it's quite amazing to think about how different life was back then. I think this is the living room. This is where the family would have spent their evening, sitting by the fire and telling the stories. And you could see all those traditional furnitures and decorations that have been used. And I think this is a sewing machine which is being used in olden days to weave and stuff. And now we just came literally out of that house, and now just going towards the another farmhouse which is literally nearby. Now we are just heading to another room which is quite close to the other one. So on here you could see a huge hall here. So on the right side, oh, look at this stunning dining table. It's quite huge and beautifully set. And check out the delicious looking pie on the top. And I think it's quite amazing to see how the farmhouse would have been looked back in that days. And you could see a closer look of these pies. And I don't know how many of you I would have smelled the history, and this farmhouse is a great way to learn about Jersey's heritage and culture. So actually we are loving every minute of this tour, and my kids are just going in and around each and every room. And for me, each and every part of it would be like it tells a lot of the histories. And I don't know which part of the farmhouse do you guys like so far, so please let us know in the comments below. So, and now we are just heading to the nearby rooms. We could see a lot of things which is being used on those days, and I would say it's quite a fascinating and a stunning experience, just walking through those history times. And you could see how the old houses look like, and those old furnitures used on those period of time. In this room you could see the old cooking range and the utensils, and it's amazing to see how cooking was done back in the day. And you could check out the traditional kitchenwares and the cooking tools, and it's so interesting to see how different it is from the modern kitchen. So I personally love the rustic feel of this kitchen. It's like stepping back in time. And let's take a closer look at some of the exhibits also. So after that we just head up to the first floor. So now we are just going to, I think we already explored the kitchen. Now it's a time to see the bedrooms. And now you could see how the traditional beds and furnitures, and I think it's cozy and charming, right? So I don't know how many of you would imagine sleeping in one of these beds. It's so different from modern bedrooms. And just have a closer look at those exhibits in the bedroom. You could feel how people lived back in those days. So you could see the chairs, you could see the small baby bed. My kid is quite interested in that. She literally wants to lie down in that. So it was a quite good, and especially those blue, like I think it's I would say it's like a blue colored sheets and everything. They're maintained it quite nicely. one thing is for sure, the more we explore, the more we learn about the lives of the people who lived here. So it's fascinating to see how different it was from our lives today. So we literally walked through all those houses. So I think we literally enjoyed each and every exhibit which was dated back to 15th century, and my kids also enjoyed it, walking through those stuff, because they literally seen some modern stuff and they never seen such type of bedrooms or cookwares or any of these utensils which is being used in this house in their life. So it was, I would say it was quite a good experience for my kids too. We just walked out from that farmhouse, seeing all those old 15th century stuff and everything. We are quite fascinated about the things which we saw, and we just literally took some random pics in front of the flowers which has been decorated for that function. And now let's move on to the next farmhouse, which is quite near to this one. So let's go and see what it's gonna show to us. Okay. Wow, it's quite different from the farmhouse which we saw a bit earlier. It's definitely more modern than the one which we've been exploring, and you can see the difference in the decor and the furnishings, and it's like stepping into a different era. So from my side, the contrast between these two farmhouses is really striking, and you can see how different the lifestyles and priorities of the families who lived here. And I think this farmhouse is a great addition to the museum, and it shows not all the farmhouses on the islands were traditional and rustic. Some were modern and affluent. So now you can see what you can see is the piano, and let's go on to check out the piano in the living room. And it's so unexpected to see a piano in a traditional farmhouse, and see who is going to read that. My wife is quite already excited to play it. She is actually playing a few notes now, and the sound is lovely, and you can tell the piano is well maintained, and you could see a notes. I think someone is using it randomly, and it's been maintained very well. Now let's head up to the first floor and explore the bedroom and look at it. It's look like a cozy bedrooms, and I would say like a traditional furnitures, and you can see the stairs even. It's look like a traditional stairs. And now on your right, it's one of the bedrooms, and this is another bedroom. You can see the furnitures, the dressing rooms and dressing tables, and the golden mirrors. Everything seems to be amazing, I would say. And the bedroom is quite well decorated, and traditional furnitures and decor, and the carpets were quite fine. And there is a lot of things I would appreciate by saying each and everything. You can see the kids room, that's the another one. You could see dolls, toy animals and all sort of stuff being kept there, and you can really imagine the kids playing with these toys and having so much of fun. My kids are quite keen in just exploring what is in that room, in this room. Just keep on walking, try to open each and everything. Like I would say, like we are visiting one of our friends' house. It's similar to that. Just moving to one of the rooms, see what is there. Here, there's no one say no to open, but in your friends, we feel that don't do that such things because it's someone's house, right? But here, everything you can go and explore and see how these things are maintained for quite a long period of time. So we spent some time inside the house just exploring different exhibits and stuff. And now we just literally walked out, and it started a bit of rain, and we were provided with two big umbrellas. So we are quite safe in terms of rain. So now we are walking out of the house and heading towards the garden side. So you could see the beautiful lawn, and it's so peaceful and serene, I would say. And you could see there are a lot of walkways which goes to the place where the animals have been kept, like the farm sheds and stuff. And there are a lot of flowers, gardens, and my wife is quite keen about the flowers and stuff. She took some random pictures in and across, and you could see while walking, I would say the garden is so well maintained, and you could literally relax and enjoy the surrounding areas. And I can hear the birds chirping and the sounds of hens clucking. It's so peaceful. Let's see where this path takes us. So we just walk along the path. On the left side, you could see a restaurant. It's looked like they are getting ready for a function. I think I already mentioned about there is some sort of marriage or a reception or something, that kind of thing which is going to happen. So I think there is a lot of activities going on at the moment. So let's take a closer look at through the garden. You could see the cages for hen and all sort of the farm animals, and there are a lot of lovely plants and flowers, and there are a lot of hens, I would say, roaming in and around, and I'm a little bit scared about hens, but my kids literally enjoy playing with them, and they are so cute. Actually, exploring this farm is truly special, and you can see the love and care that goes into taking care of the animals and the land. And I think there are a lot of sheep and cows which we are going to see, and I think they have been treating them with kindness and respect. And I would say it's a great place to learn about the sustainable farming practices and the importance of living in harmony with nature. And there is a small tiny toddler's garden where whether your kids can enjoy sliding and stuff, but I think it's quite rainy, so we didn't allow the kids to go and explore there. But one thing for sure, I really love the rustic charm of the farm, and the old barns and farmhouse are so picturesque, and the views, the farm which is surrounded by beautiful countryside, and it's the perfect place to escape the hustles and bustles of city life. To be honest, I literally felt like I've been like to my native place, which is in Kerala. It's in India, so I just went back to that place. It's literally similar to this type of environment, so I really enjoyed being here. Now I can see few animals which is being looked after well. So we could see some sheeps and some chickens, and they also mentioned that there are some cows and pigs, and each one is unique, I would say, and it's been fascinating in its own way. And I would say this farm is a great place to spend some valuable time with your family and friends. And if they are not quite busy with the marriage function, they told us that they would teach us about farming, how to feed the animals, and especially more about the history of this place. So we literally lacked those stuff, but my kids literally enjoyed seeing all these animals, especially the sheep. They are well demarcated, especially you could see that the red marks, which is literally an easy way to count the numbers and stuff. And I think the wool has been shaved off from the sheep, but they are quite caring and they look so cute and stuff. It's very nice. We are actually allowed to feed them, which is so much fun, but we didn't bought any things to give to them, so we need to get some special foods and stuff in order to feed them. And now you could see some cows and pigs on your right and left, so they look so peaceful, and so they are quite friendly too, and it's great to see the farm taking such good care of them. And I would say it's quite well maintained farm, and it's clear that animals are quite happy and healthy. And I love the sound of the animals and the fresh air, and it's so peaceful here. And let's keep exploring and see what else the farm has to offer. So now, after seeing all these animals and everything, now we are just heading back to the nest place of the this museum. So the rain is quite made us our exploration a bit difficult, but it's fine. So now we reached into a house where you could literally see the various equipments which is being used at that time for farming and stuff. So now let's go and see all those exhibits. The room which we just came out had a lot of stuff, equipments. The old tractors, plows and other machineries that would have been used on the farm on those periods. I think these all are machineries which have been used on those periods for farming. And it's quite amazing to think about how much hard work and dedication went into farming back in those days. And these all things, some of the things I never know about it, but there are a lot of things they have kept here. And just right in front of you is one of the restaurants inside this museum, where you could go and have some food and snacks, and that's quite interesting. And this is a playing area for the kids, and you could see a wagon there. And we literally spent some beautiful time with my kids, and went and I had some cakes and stuff from this cafeteria, and it's quite a good one, and it's nice, and it's quite cheap even. So I just visited one of the rooms which is quite close to the reception area, which has a similar kind of equipments. And you could see these things which has to be tied to an animal, especially I would say, I think it's cow or some other stuff, a donkey or cow, and this animal has to circle around it. So they make some dove, or I think it's different process of making wine, or I don't know, a lot of things can be made, making it's like a grinding process, and these animals are being used for that. And these exhibits are very really interesting, and you could learn a lot about the history of farming and how it's been evolved here. And you could see a lot of what we call this one, like a cannons and stuff which stores the wine. And a lot of people who came for the reception and everything, they came here and just trying to explore these places, and it's quite interesting too. And it's been great to see how farming has progressed and become more efficient, but it's also nice to appreciate the old ways and the hard work that went into farming back in the day. Actually, this museum is truly a special place, and it showcases the history and culture of Jersey's country life, and it's a great way to learn about the island's heritage. So, as we conclude our visit to the Hamptonne Country Life Museum, I hope you all enjoyed learning about Jersey's country life and heritage, and it's truly unique and fascinating place, and I highly recommend, to be honest, to anyone interested in history, culture and great outdoors. So few things I need to add on. So when visiting this museum, please be mindful of your surroundings and follow all safety guidelines, especially wear comfortable shoes as you will be doing a lot of walking, and keep an eye on your children and ensure they are not touching any exhibits that may be fragile or hazardous, and always be respectful to the animals and the farm equipment, and don't try to feed or pet the animals without the permission, and be very careful about the moving machineries. So I hope it's all about this museum. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and kindly like and subscribe our channels for more updates about jerseys and our upcoming travel videos. Thank you.